Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Don Jo. This is their part number FS260 CP. This is an ANSI strike filler plate in a chrome plated type finish. Filler plates for hollow metal doors and frames, wood doors even, they are very common pieces of items. Very common to blank out something like this, a 4 7/8 strike in a frame. Why would you be blanking it out? Well, probably because you're using hardware that doesn't require it. Push-pull, rim exit device, a deadbolt that you've got up, let's say 48 inches from the floor to the center line. You just need to close that off, that preparation in the frame. Sometimes you'll buy exit devices that will actually include a 4 7/8 filler. And that's what this is. This is a 4 7/8 tall filler. That is the standard size for a strike that has been prepped in a hollow metal frame. The overall width, about 1 5/8 as you can see, but the real dimension is the center of this hole to the edge of what would be the lip. And normally it's about 1 1/4 inches when it's a real strike plate, but this dimension is a bit smaller than that. It's about 15/16, maybe 1 inch. From the center line of the hole to the edge of the lip. That would be typical. You don't want that projecting into the opening any more than it really needs to. In fact, this would be basically flush with the outside of the frame, with the face of the frame. It's going to include a couple of combination machine wood screws. This will work. These screws will work in either a wood frame or a steel frame. Typical 12/24 machine thread, flat undercut head. Type screw. This is CP, that means chrome plated steel is what it is. And generally a 4 7/8 filler is going to come in just typical prime coat, meant to be painted. Well, someone might say, well, we're repurposing a door in a frame or a frame, and we're putting push-pull hardware, and all the hardware is chrome, and do you have one that's a chrome color? Well, they do, and here it is. Chrome, brass, obviously prime coat. Probably Duranodic as well. Maybe even black suede powder or black powder coat can be done on this. So if you need to close off a hole in a frame that's prepped for a 4 7/8 strike, this FS260 would do it. Let's switch to the screen view and take a closer look at some supporting information. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Here is the item that we are looking at. Let's take a look at the extended description down below here. Filler plate, American National Standard Institute strike cutout, ANSI strike, made of steel, chrome plated, sold as each. When you buy one, we'll ship you one. Here's a link to the template. This will be the all of the dimensional properties beyond what we've provided, but you can see it's a typical 4 7/8 profile on the strike. Now, there are also some images linked to down below. Let's take a look. There it is in its packaging. The 2 screws. Okay, now there is a link to the product catalog that's here. Let's take a closer look at that. So let's open that up and do a find function, find function on your keyboard, and then enter FS260. And it does not come up in this catalog. Do we have the right catalog? It is not in their book. Admittedly, most of the Don Jo catalog is quite old. Oh, forgive me, it's here. Yeah, FS-260. So they do not list the CP here at all, but it's FS-260. Okay, so they can do a prime coat finish. And they can do a, here we go, BP for brass plated, CP for chrome plated, and then DU for the dark bronze color. Don Jo also powder coats things black, so if you were to order this or want this in black, black happens to be the popular color nowadays, that could be certainly accommodated. So the FS260 CP, that's our item. Now in the product catalog, you'll be able to review all things filler plate related. So if you are looking for a 4 7/8 strike filler, other items that go along with that are hinge fillers. The FF45, very common, 4.5 inch tall, 1 5/8 wide unit. Pretty typical to use that in a frame, obviously. Shims, 60 thousandths and 90 thousandths thick, 4.5 inch in height. If you have fire-rated doors and need to shim them, be sure to order those made of steel. Use nothing other than steel. 3 sizes of, there ought to be 3 widths of hinge fillers. There's going to be the 1.5 inch, the 1 5/8 that we mentioned earlier. Actually, where is it? Right here, FF45. And then there should be an 1.5 inch as well, which is the SHF45. So 1.5 inch, 1 5/8, and 1 3/4. They all are different applications. So an 1.5 inch you would use on a hollow metal door that is a beveled edge style hollow metal door. The 1 3/4 you would use on a square edge door generally, where it's cut all the way through for the hinge. 1.5 is pretty good for the frame. Filler for the 2 1/4 by 1 1/8. Filler for the mortise lock, 8 inch tall prep. Conversion fillers as well if you needed to change a mortise lock to a 161. Well, there it is. Other conversion plates are here. Hole fillers. Both the standard BF 161, that's just going to blank off a 2 1/8 inch hole. And you might need that if you're doing this strike filler as well. You might need to blank off the hole. If you're putting it under an exit device, use the PDF 161. These clipped sides are important to have so that it will allow you to install the exit device over top of the filler plate. Otherwise, it won't sit very tight to the face of the door. 1.5 inch diameter, 2 1/8 diameter, even 3 3/4. Other plates, conversion plates really, these will convert from electric strikes to either a blank or a manual strike. Packages that contain filler plates. Hinge reinforcements, if you're doing any sort of hollow metal work, you need to be able to add hinges to a door or a frame. There are some hinge plates. 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, and even 6 inch. Must be a pretty heavy door if you're doing 6 inch tall hinges, or very wide, or high volume. Flush bolt guides and tabs, glazing channel, pipe anchors. Other hollow metal items, components are here. These are sleeves that you'll use to reinforce a header for a door closer, a universal closer. This would work for either a top jam mount, a regular arm, or a parallel arm. Signage is also in here as well. Now, let's review the link below this video here to the manufacturer's page. This will allow you to pull up not only all of the Don Jo items that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation here, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to their full product catalog, and that full product catalog broken down into its subsections. So if you know the name Don Jo at all, you probably do for their latch protectors or their wraparound plates. However, as you now know, they also make strike fillers and other filler plates that are used in hollow metal doors and frames. They have stops, holders, and bumpers. They have pivots. They have hinges as well. They have ladder pulls. A relatively petite company in the sense of what they ship, what they produce, what they manufacture, but a good quality company. They are a group of people who understand their product, and generally the same person that you speak to when you call can answer all of your questions. Where's my stuff? What's the lead time for my stuff? You know, I need help with my stuff. You know, they're really good at answering all those questions. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. In conclusion, very typical sort of item. If you were going to end up painting these, I would not buy the CP or the BP or the DU or the prime coat, because painting onto this chrome-plated sort of surface is going to require some priming, so you might as well just order it primed. But nonetheless, if you want it finished in a color like this, there you go. Any questions on the FS260 and a CP finish, or any other Don Jo product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.